Hey everybody, how's it going? Hope you're having a lovely day. Today we're going to be discussing the death of the FTC's rule, click to cancel. Click to cancel is the idea that if I could sign up for a service on a website such as a gym membership inside of 30 seconds, that it should not take me 1 hour to cancel. You can't have a subscribe button on your website for the service to get me to give you the money, but then require that I go to the post office and send you certified fucking mail to cancel my membership, because that's what Best Fits International did to me. They said that you're not allowed to cancel on the phone. You can't cancel over email. You can't cancel on a website. You can't cancel by mailing us something. It's got to be certified mail. And there's a reason they do that. It's called a dark pattern. They know that if they make it as difficult as possible for you to cancel, if they say that you can't just use your stamps that you have at home, you got to go to the post office and get certified mail stuff, that drive out of the way of 15 to 30 minutes, that wasting of your life is going to cause you to procrastinate canceling that particular product or service, which means you're probably going to keep paying for something that you're not using. And they like that because it allows them to make more money. The FTC click to cancel rule is a basic rule that says if it takes this long to sign up, it can't take this long to cancel. Simple rule, basic rule. Now, there's a couple of procedural issues that this rule has faced. One of the first is that the current chair of the FTC is somebody who fundamentally doesn't think this rule should exist. He dissented on the one-click cancel rule. The next one are going to be procedural ones that we're going to talk about as a result of a case that recently happened, and I wanted to talk to you about what happened in this case, because some people want me to blame the judge, some people want me to blame... There's some misplaced blame here, and I want to make sure that the blame goes where it belongs. This ruling that occurred recently struck this down because it said that they did not follow a particular procedure. If something is going to have an effect on the American economy of over $100 million, they have to do a particular study. And they're claiming that this particular study was not commissioned as a result of it. And as a result of that particular study not being commissioned, that meant that this was not done legally and properly. That's what the judges said. I hate to say that I don't hate the judge in this case, but I don't hate the judge in this case. I hate the people that lied to say this shit to begin with. So let's talk about what would cause $100 million of cost to add a cancel button to a website and why this is complete and utter bullshit, and focus on who you should be pissed at. When we read through this ruling, it's very interesting. In January and February of 2024, the Commission held informal hearing sessions before an ALJ to resolve disputed issues of material fact about the cost of proposing the rule. 5 interested parties in the FTC Bureau of Consumer Protection appeared at the hearing sessions and offered submissions and expert reports on the cost of the proposed rule. Based on the FTC's estimate that 106,000 entities currently offer negative option features, and estimated average hourly rates for professionals such as lawyers, website developers, and data scientists whose service would be required for many businesses to comply with the new requirements, the ALJ observed that unless each business used fewer than 23 hours of professional services at the lowest end of the spectrum of the estimated hourly rates, the rule's compliance costs would exceed $100 million. Such an estimate was clearly unrealistically low, in as much as there are several new requirements that would require changes in existing practices and /disclosure forms. Lawyers, website developers, data scientists. We're talking about adding a cancel fucking button to a website. I'm surprised you didn't throw in fucking gigolos and astronauts while you're at it. Like, seriously? Seriously. $100 million in data scientists and lawyers and it. Bro, it's a cancel button. And here's the thing. Here's the part that I really think is important to hammer home on all of this. There's a state that already has this law, and the most fucked up thing is most of these websites that you deal with that don't allow you to cancel online actually do allow you to cancel online if you change your address. California already has a law on this. So if you're doing business in the state of California, many of these businesses that have online subscriptions do, they've actually already configured their website to make it easy for you to cancel in the state of California. I'm not fucking kidding. Life pro tip, if you want to cancel an online subscription, but it doesn't allow you to cancel online, you can change your address to a California one, and the option to do so will become available to you due to their state law. So not only have they already spent the money to put a cancel button on their website, but they've actually paid extra money to figure out how to have a different fucking dialog box pop up on your screen based on your address. That is extra code. It takes more time, more effort, more resources to figure out what screen to present the customer. Did I give them the easy to cancel screen, or do I give them the dark pattern based on their address? They've already done this work. It does not cost over $100 million fucking dollars to put a cancel button on a website. The judge was doing their job. There's a rule, and the rule says if something has the potential to cost the economy this much, you need to do a study. The study was not done. I'm not mad at the judge. I am mad at the people that lied. I'm mad at the people that bought this bullshit to begin with, because the real $100 million cost is not the lawyers and the data scientists and the astronaut and the gigolos, whoever the fuck else they want to hire to put a cancel button on a website. The $100 million cost of the economy is the money that's not going to be coming out of your wallet as a result of a dark pattern that should not exist. The real $100 million loss is the fact that you're going to be able to cancel shit and actually cancel it. I tested this the other day just for the fuck of it. I had signed up for a particular gym. I signed up for that gym because it was right next to my physical therapy office. I already have a gym I go to, but this one is right next to the physical therapy office, so I could take a shower right after pretty easily, just for convenience for a few months' sake. I was going to cancel it. I was like debating whether or not to cancel it. I was kind of on the edge because it was a convenient location. I don't really need 2 gym memberships, but it's a convenient location. I don't have a tag. Everybody else has a tag when they come in. I ask if I can get a tag or buy a tag, and they say you got to use the app. Like, so I have to install an app on my phone to use the gym. And they're like, yeah, well, you could install the app and then uninstall it after taking the screenshot. And it's like, no, I don't install your fucking app on my phone. So I had to cancel the gym anyway. So I cancel the gym, I give them their form, and guess what happens a few days later? I get billed again. You already charged me for this month. Now you're charging me for the next month after I cancel. There's a procedural error, right? The procedural error as a result of the old FTC is why click to cancel is not here. Well, what you could do, we have a current FTC, right? Great. So what they could do is they could perform the study. The judge is not saying this should not exist. The judge is simply saying follow the rules. Practically speaking, this is now dead because the current FTC chair does not think that this rule should exist, which to me is insane. Your job is consumer protection. I should not have to be telling my audience to go to Privacy.com to sign up for fake credit cards to protect themselves from predatory business practices. The $100 million that this law would cost, it's not going to cost the companies for lawyers and data scientists and all this other bullshit. It's going to cost $100 million for consumers. It's going to be money that they get back. That's the real cost. I'm always open to the idea that Andrew Ferguson changes his mind and click to cancel. You never know. Maybe that happens and maybe this goes through. As I said in the last video I did on BWE, I always see the good in people. Sometimes when I shouldn't, but we'll see. So here's what I'm going to do for you guys today, because clearly our government does not give two shits of a fuck about protecting us. I'm going to show you what can protect you. And to be clear, this is not sponsored content. I do not get a discount from these people. They have never reached out to me. They have never emailed. Like, there's been nothing like that going back and forth. This is just truth. There's a company called Privacycom, and they have a setup where you can create fake credit cards based on a particular debit card. So I'm going to try and set this up so that you don't see shit on the screen that you're not supposed to, because I have personal information here. But you can click a button called New Card. You can use a single-use card, merchant locked, category locked card. So let's say I create a merchant locked card. I can say that this is for my cunty gym membership, right? Hit create, and then after I hit that, I now have a card. I can hit show details, and now a card has been created for me. And I can add a spend limit to that card. So I can say per transaction, let's say I can say it's only $30, or I can say it's monthly, yearly, total spend. And the best part about this is I can also delete that card. So let's say I want to cancel my membership and they say, fuck you, we're not going to let you cancel your gym membership. What I can do is I can say, well, fuck you back, I'm closing the card, and now it doesn't work. Now, this is a great solution, and if you're using it to a basic amount, it's free. It's free. They have paid tiers with more features, but if you want to use the basic one, it's free and it just works. It's sad that you need this, and it's very, very aggravating to me when I see these comments from people saying, well, Louis, you should just use this, or Louis, just file a chargeback with your bank. Bitch, have you called Chase Bank recently? Do you know how getting somebody that knows what the fuck... There are times where I have closed credit cards with this bank, and they actually reopened it with a different number and then kept charging me, and then took the credit card, I'm not kidding, and they put it inside of a Chase account with a different username, so I couldn't even see that my card still worked, that I was still being billed for shit, and that I owed a balance. I know what you're thinking. Like, well, why you use another bank? But the point is, we shouldn't live in a society where I have to carry around my shank and just like be doing this all the time to make sure I don't get fucked. The mere fact that I have to sign up for a service to make fake credit cards to protect myself, not because I'm buying heroin on Silk Road, but because I'm signing up for a fucking gym, that's sad. If I was breaking the law and doing all sorts of weird, fucked up shit, if I was buying from shady people, that's one thing. But the fact that you have to do this when you pay for internet, when you pay for a utility, when you pay for the gym, when you pay for a streaming service. We live in a low-trust society. We shouldn't live in a low-trust society. I don't blame the judge in this particular case. I blame the people that lied during that process to come up with that phony number. I don't even like that I have to recommend this shit to people to begin with. I hate that. Like, I fucking hate that we live in a world where like the answer is, it's normal, right? When I was a kid in the 90s, the idea of signing up for fake credit cards, if you were doing that, you were a scammer. You were probably somebody who was doing something you weren't supposed to, right? But here, it's just a way of life. It's fucked up. It's wrong. If you want to help me with documenting this type of stuff, consumerrights.wiki is a site where you can cover this type of thing when you're dealing with dark patterns and companies that go out of their way to make it difficult to cancel on purpose. I did make a video recently on how to make a video or an article for that site. Nobody watched it because, like, why would they? It's a video on something serious. Who gives a shit? But yeah, we are trying to log this stuff as much as humanly possible. Help me log it. See you in the next video. Bye now.